Hello everybody. So today I'm challenging myself to do my favorite Damascus from Pickled Steel. And trust me when I tell you guys, this is going to be a very difficult video to make. Um, I've been sitting with these knives for some time now and just trying to think about, what I like most, what I prefer. Yeah, man, it's a difficult one. It really is. I honestly still don't know. So I hope that I'm going to figure it out during this video. But we'll see. If nothing else, at least I'm showing you guys some awesome Damascus blades. So I'm going to start off with talking about the Divine, right? So the Divine, as I mentioned in the video for the Divine, it's sort of like a traditional knife. Sort of reminds me of like a slip joint or a lockback traditional knife, But then it has this modern features of the Damascus and the liner lock and ball bearing action with an incredible detent, probably the best action from all the pickled steel knives. Yeah, I think it's difficult to really say that, but that is, in my experience, how it feels to me. Since the very beginning, the Divine has been phenomenal action-wise, truly unbeatable. I actually have never felt a knife, even assisted knives, with an action like this. It's just unmatched. So yeah, fantastic knife. It has, I think this is ebony scales. So yes, I know that the website I think mentions that they are sandalwood, but these are sandalwood, and they don't seem like sandalwood to me. It seems more along the lines of like the Raptor, which definitely has ebony. So yeah, it seems like the exact same wood. So I'm thinking that's probably just a error. But yeah, ebony wood scales, polished, bolster, very beautiful. A little bit on the heavy side with regards to maintenance. If you really want to keep it in tip-top condition, does pick up scratches. It, you need to keep it clean, right? Otherwise, it does lose some of its magic. But yeah, just phenomenal. That Damascus, I think it's 9CR, 67 layers of 9CR Damascus, and I love the pattern on this. Looks very nice, very plain forward, simple, elegant, effective. Like the finger choil. This is actually a functional knife, like the thumb stud also. That's very cool. Yes, loving this thing, amazing. But don't think it's gonna make my favorite, right? Okay, let's see. Let's talk about the Raptor. This is the Pickled Steel Raptor. As you guys can see, it is oozing oil because I love maintaining my knives, and I haven't oiled this guy in some time, so I needed to sort of cover all my layers. Beautiful bolster here, sort of like a stonewash finish on this bolster. This is quite a big knife, right? Very comfortable in hand. You even have this little edge where your pinky can sit if you have some massive hands. But very interesting blade shape, right? The Damascus is quite nice on this guy. It's like the same tone and color straight through. But this is actually quite a worker. You have some jumping there, very functional, very comfortable in hand to work with. You can choke up on it. It even has a ramp right there. Love the design, love the blue pivot color. It has a ebony scales, which is very nice. Thick stainless steel liners. This is, beautiful backspacer. This is made to last a lifetime, right? This is the one that you pass down to your kids. One day, can keep in the family probably forever. That thing will not go anywhere. So yeah, very solid knife. Amazing action. This blood groove does actually work as a little flipper hole, so you can flick it out. Reverse flick works great. Yeah, love it. Will it be my favorite? It's definitely my favorite so far, right? Let's take a look here on the side at the Kaya. Now, hands down, most beautiful Damascus from all. Yeah, I just think that shine is next freaking level. It's really on a different stage. It seems like royalty. It's beautiful. It looks silver, so just fantastic. It's a lot prettier than it seems on camera. We have a brushed finish on the bolster, and I definitely prefer that over the bolster of the Divine. Yes, man, this thing is just incredibly beautiful, but also a hard worker. You have a little thumb ramp there. Sits very comfortably in hand, must say. I have some large hands and it fills my hands. My finger's not on the edge. So this is a functional knife for sure. Very beautiful. Definitely, top contender for first place. But will it be my favorite? It has some sandalwood scales. Beautiful. Love the backspacer, that's awesome. And just a phenomenal knife, very functional blade shape also, like the finger roll. It's a spear point, sort of a drop point, spear point style blade. Runs on ball bearings. And look at this bolt quality. It's just phenomenal, man. Look at the action. Flies open, beautiful. To reveal that blade. And this is for sure a showpiece. It's been sitting on my display frame in the dining room. And everyone who comes in, they always love this knife. It's beautiful. Catches the light so nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is definitely gonna be in the top 2 for sure. Will it be the winner? Not sure. It's in HCR, 67 layers of HCR. Pretty sure about that. Yes, HCR, and it almost seems like VG10 with that finish. But yeah, just beautiful result. Fit and finish on this knife is extraordinary. The Raptor is in 9CR, the Divine is also in 9CR, and 9CR technically is quite a big step up from HCR. And I think all the Pickled Steel knives are now coming out in D2, 14C, 28N, and 9CR. So HCR is falling away completely. So all the existing models will now be either in D2, 9CR, 14C, 28N. So upgrading the steel quite a bit. All 3 of those steels are, you know, a little bit usually on the pricier side, but it's been said that the models will stay the same price. So I don't know how Pickled Steel does this, but it's incredible. Then we have the Toko, which design-wise is hands down my favorite. Okay, and I know it's not for everyone, but this is my favorite Pickled Steel Damascus Showdown, right? So I'm pretty sure many people's gonna say the Kaya is their favorite. I know there's a lot of people that love the Kaya. But design-wise, it's very difficult to beat the Toko. There's stuff in this knife that I can just sit and look at for hours. There's details here that's just so subtle, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like the sort of mountain style cutout, the prehistoric theme with the beak of the raptor, or this prehistoric creature, you know. Yes, man, it's just with that eye, like this creature looking angrily at you. The action is also fantastic. Fantastic lockup and detent. Love these little cutouts for grip. Just such a nice knife. Wow. So beautiful, man. The Damascus bolster. Rose with scales. And out of all of these might be my favorite scales on the Toko. So yeah, just a beautiful Damascus right there. So nice. Oh, runs like a dream. And I love the blade shape. It's sort of a reverse Tonto shape, and that's just excellent. Wow, great action. Definitely in the top 3. Now we have the Goldo. Okay, the Goldo is the only one here who does not have a bolster. It is in 9CR, 67 layers of 9CR. And next to the Divine, these two are sort of competing for that place of best action, right? But I think the Divine is maybe taking it like with a hair. Yeah, yes, I don't know, man. The Goldo is smooth as hell. So I'm not quite sure, but the finish on the Goldo is definitely better for me than the Damascus on the Divine. And also the maintenance, you know, without that bolster. I like the style of the Divine, but this is just, yeah, it's plain and simple, but still beautiful. And I like the fact that the liners sort of protrude, because it gives it a outline on the wooden scales, and it looks very good. Very, very nice. This is also sandalwood, and obviously the handles will have different grinds and stuff in them, but just such a beautiful knife. Also, extraordinary finish on this knife. 9CR, 67 layers. We have these cutouts here at the top, just something different, some jumping. So it's very nice in hand. So I'm going to say, you know, I do prefer the Goldo over the Divine. This is just personal preference. The Divine is still like one of my favorite knives. But the action is so close that, you know, I have to give it to the Goldo. Because it has some other things going for it. It's a little bit bigger, slightly more comfortable in hand. I like the backspacer more on the Goldo than on the Divine. And I like the the way the wooden scales are it's just plain simple wooden scales with the outline of the liners, and then the finish on the blade is definitely better for me. So definitely prefer the Goldo. So we're going to move the Goldo up. The Divine is in last place at the moment. Okay, the Raptor is, you know, the action on the Raptor is great, but it's not better for me than the Divine or the Goldo. The finish on the Raptor is better for me than the Divine, but not better for me than the Toko, the Goldo or the Kaya. The overall design is better for me than these two. I like the Bolster. This is, like, if they're going to be a Bolster, I would prefer this one over even this one. And I like how the Bolster sort of curves into the handle, and it just looks like it becomes the wooden handle. It's awesome. The overall design is fantastic on this thing. Love the, once again, prehistoric theme. The blade shape is something that I haven't seen on a knife before. So blade shape, definitely very interesting for me. Yeah, so I'm going to say at this moment, love the ebony scales also. The backspacer is beautiful. Such a solid knife. Definitely out of all of these, if I need to pick one of these knives for an outdoor situation, I'm going with this guy. This thing is incredibly solid in hand. Seems like an extraordinary tough worker, but still beautiful. So for now, I'm doing this. I'm going to put this guy over here. And yeah, let's continue on. So the Toko design-wise, definitely my favorite. Blade steel-wise, great. Better than the Kaya. The Kaya is the only one in HCR here. Like the Fummel. Yeah, love the Bolster. Now, I think this is probably my favorite bolster, better than the Raptor. Damascus bolster looks beautiful, uniform, and has those little mold out sections. Oh, just provides so much grip. So very difficult to actually not put this one in the top 3, because, you know, it has the steel going for it. It definitely has a great action. Easily accessible to the Fummel, also with the flipper tab. Has these beautiful rosewood scales. Becomes part of this. The design is number 1 in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to shift this one up, and I think it's going to take the place of the Raptor for me. Okay, whew, difficult choices. So the Kaya, best finish on the blade, definitely the prettiest. Damascus, like the Bolster, like the backspacer, also very solid in hand. Has this little thumb ramp, incredible action also on the Kaya. And easy access to that funnel, easy access to the flipper tab. Incredible. Definitely, you know, extraordinary. Eye catcher for sure. And that's sort of what you're going for with these knives. So for me personally, I'm going to make the Kaya my number 1 choice at the moment, right? Goldo. You know, Goldo facing off against 3rd place or 1st place. So these two are set now. The Divine is in 5th place, the Raptor is in 4th place. Difficult for me because I really like the Raptor, but I'm just looking at overall, you know, versus one another. So would I prefer the Goldo above the Toko? I don't think so. I think the finish is beautiful, the steel is great, the action is phenomenal. So I'm gonna say that the backspacer is beautiful, the scales is wonderful. I'm going to say that the Goldo is here, okay, and I'm going to do this. Okay, I know it's crazy, but the Toko is hands down my favorite Damascus, definitely, right? So I think this is the order for me, just looking at what these knives have to offer for my preference. The Raptor has sentimental value for me, so it's always going to have a you know, a highly important spot in my collection and in my display. But yeah, these two are so close that I can almost do this. I don't know. They are jumping rope with one another. But the Raptor, if I am going to work with one of these, the Raptor. Okay, if I'm displaying one of these, the Kaya, because it's beautiful. It's just freaking eye-catchingly beautiful. The most interesting one, the Toko. Best action, the Divine. And then the Goldo is sort of just combines all of these different aspects, which I love. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been very difficult to to actually put these guys in order. I'm probably still, after this video, just going to swap them around because it's basically impossible to decide. Very, very difficult. I love all of them. They are amazing knives. So guys, if you're interested in these Damascus knives, the links are in the description. Go check them out. They are hands down worth the money. It's probably the cheapest you will pay for Damascus knives, and they are fantastic, high quality Damascus. Very nice. Awesome stuff. Have a nice day, and remember that no knife means no life.